Let's just check if we are live. Let me see. Yes, we are live. Like so. Okay. Hi there, and welcome to probably my last Monday Doodle of this year. There was some snow here in Copenhagen for a few days ago, but now it's all gone, as you can tell here on the streets. Just a tiny wee of snow out there, but I'm still kind of feeling the Christmas vibes, so it's okay. And I'm about to go on a little Christmas holiday soon. As a freelancer, holiday is not really a thing. Like, it's not that I say on the 20th, that's where I go on holiday, because there's always things that come up, and I always have these ideas that keep coming into my head, and then you just gotta work with them. And yeah, so holiday is a tricky thing sometimes. But I have planned to take some holiday here during the Christmas Eve and the day after and the days before. I have one last commissioned job though, and I finished one recently, and then I have one where the brief just came in, and it's not due until in January at some point, but I figured I want to get cracking with it because it's always nice to start on something, to solve a few things, and then you can have something to work on after the holidays. So what I want to share with you is just this bit of work on this commission. On this commission here, I'll do some fine lining and some watercoloring, digital watercoloring. And after this Monday Doodle, I will have 2 videos until New Year's Eve, like from now on up till the 1st, where I'll upload 2 videos coming up. So let me just take you through the brief here, or the sketches that I've made. This is my wacom, which I'll be working on. So the brief it's for the Danish YMCA, which I've showed flip through of before. And the theme this time is children who are going to interview people at their local community. So here I've done some sketches using just a ballpoint pen. So this is for a guide that the children will use about how they can document and interview people in the local community. And also this one, we have a send button, we have this purse here, we have the girl here who's kind of like the same girl as over here. Just need to do some fine tuning so that you see that it's the same character. Notebook, press card, fingers crossed, and talking on the phone. This one here is for the front cover of the scene, which I'm still working on. But this is, I think, how the composition is gonna look like. This is about how you can sing in a choir. Originally, I had another sketch where they were kind of aligned more, more distantly seen. But I figured that taking close up and have this diagonal angle here made things much more interesting. So there's just some things I gotta figure out. So just the arms up here are kind of weird, and he's kind of leaning in a weird way. But other than that, I think it's pretty good. And these are for a word puzzle. But the thing I will focus on with you guys today to share that is this girl here. So let's take a look at my computer. I had this protection pad here on while I was doing the stitching of my children's book, and so it was just supposed to be a passing thing. But now that I have it on, I think it's quite nice actually. I like the surface of it, and it kind of frames in your workspace area, I think. I don't know. So I think I'll let it stay here for a while. So this will be some screen you behind it. Don't focus on all the mess, that's not important. I have all my files here, as you can see, things I've scanned in. This one you saw just before. Can I maybe put you guys over here? I guess that's better actually. Yeah, so this is one of them. Scanned in, of course. Here. And here we have the scene cover, as I told you about before, but here I just try to work with the colors to see what direction I want to take things. And I've used a color palette that I found, or that I've made, based on a different illustration actually. So these are the colors that I'll use, hopefully. And here is my sketch of the girl. And as you can see, yesterday evening I just went over the legs because they were kind of off and I couldn't figure out how to do them. But yesterday in evening I worked half an hour or so to fix the legs, and also the face got a bit different. And the mic was just enhanced a bit to show that perspective. So yes, I will now do the fine lining of her and also watercoloring. I don't know how long that will take, but gotta remember one thing though, and that is to say cheers. And Merry Christmas, I guess I could say that. There's a guy here on YouTube called Ari. He's from Finland and he makes some amazing cat cartoons. And he wrote in a comment for about a month ago, he asked me if it was too early to say Merry Christmas. And I said to him, it's never too early to say that. So now we just, every time we write something on my channel or we write together, then I say Merry Christmas. So I think we're up on like 8 times or so when I say Merry Christmas. I need one more sip. This is really good. Let's begin work. And I'm using a Wacom to draw with digitally, and I don't know if you can see, but it's kind of worn now. So I need to buy a new of these replaceable things here. Okay, we'll see what happens. First off, I need to take a brush or choose a brush. Oh, well. I need to choose a brush in here, and what I need is a ballpoint pen. This is what I have found out works well for me when I do the line work. I'm gonna go ahead and choose just a black. A bit too thick, let's make it 6 pixels. And maybe, yes, we can lower the opacity so that it's easier for me to see where my new line work will go. Better, right? Okay, line work, ballpoint pen, let's go. Where should we start? Should we start with the face? Okay. She would have a little piece of hair here. Going down. Give her a bit of character. Maybe I should actually drag it up here. Okay. Let's do the face. Nose. Needs to be a bit over here. Eye. Chin like that. And we have the glasses. Always. Hello to Neon Glitter. Nice to see you here. If I am not always responding to your comments, it's not because I'm rude, it's just because I'm shooting on my, or using my iPhone to do this live stream, so it might be that my eyes are caught onto this on my computer screen, that I don't see your comment, but I'll try my best. Eyebrows, let's make them like this. Make her have this kind of just smiling, not over the top smiling, but just see that the glasses here are kind of off, and also the chin, I think. Make it more smooth. It's a bit too squarey, that face, I think. Make it more like this. Ah, damn. The commission, wait a second. There we go. Okay, maybe I'll change this line afterwards, but we'll see. So the commission is for the Danish YMCA, and I started working for them last year, and they have this children's book scene. Oh, sorry, not children's book, but they have this scene for kids. So each time they do a magazine, they have a small scene for kids that they also have. And in the scene, they needed some illustrations. So depending on the theme, the illustrations change. So this year, the theme is, or this in January when it comes out again, the theme is choir. You can become a member of a choir, both for kids and adults. And the other thing is that they have a thing about being an interviewer, where kids can interview their local community, and so kids can kind of write an article in their about their local community. So this kid here is essentially a kid who's out and interviewing. So in a while you can see that, maybe you can already see it now, it says Presse here on her sign, which means press. And she has a bag here. I'll draw the bag now. And then you can see not this hand, I won't draw this hand, but this hand down here. This is the one. She has a smartphone. Could also have drawn a camera, but you know, who uses a camera, especially not that generation. But maybe it will come back at some point. But I'm thrilled to have been asked by the Danish YMCA to make these illustrations, because it's just a joy to make, and it's, you know, this is what I want to do: draw for kids and draw in this stylized manner. Super fun. She will have a hoodie, so you can just see the hoodie behind her here, like so. How does this look? It's okay. Let's do the mic. Whoops. And I know that things are not completely perfect and things are quirky and off, but you know me, this is how I like to draw things, and to be honest, kind of the only way I can draw things. I could make a more realistic one, I suppose, but one, I'm not very good at it, it would take ages, and two, I don't think it's very fun to do things accurately. I think that this is way more fun. Or maybe this is just an excuse, I don't know. But I think this is fun. Yeah, yes, I use a tablet. If you're curious about the brand, it's a Wacom. Can you see it here? Wacom tablet. And this is kind of like the cheapest, one of the cheapest models I bought from them. This is like, I think it's 10 years old. When I bought it, it was called a Wacom, a Wacom Bamboo. So I don't know if it's still, if they still have that model, but I've been very satisfied with it, and I know that there are many very high-tech tablets out there with screens and all that, but this is just kind of suits my needs, so I don't really think there's a need for me to scale up or anything. We have the pants coming down here, and then I gave her these boots here because they sent me, the Danish YMCA, they always send me some very, very good inspirational photos. So they actually had a photo of me of two girls who were out interviewing in their local community. So the design of her here is kind of based on those photos. So the boots, and there was a girl who had this hoodie on, and there was a girl who had this purse here, which also became a part of the design. There we go. Should we go ahead and write press here? Let's just do that. Or presse. It's in Danish, you know, so. Presse. Presse. Yes. Okay, let's see how it looks. Yes, this is then the design of her. And right now it looks like a waffle. It could be a waffle that she's holding and not a mic. But we will fix that with colors. I feel that there could be like a line here just to show that her arm is like going this way. And also I think there could be a line here for the sweater. Okay. What else? No, let's just keep things simple. And we can go ahead and add watercolors in a minute. Just have one more sip of coffee. Cheers out there. Neon glitter. I don't know if you're drinking tea or coffee or anything. Watercolor, watercolor. I'll make a new layer here in the corner down here. I'll call it watercolor. I'll set my layer for multiply. Then I'll go and choose a brush now. Yesterday I found a new brush called Watercolor Big Round. So you can show it to you here. This one here is too difficult for me to do line art with. Yeah. It is quite difficult, yeah, because I find it much more easy to do line work on paper and analog, but so I feel you there. I used to use this improved. This is one I used for the Inspired by Fairy Stories, but this one Big Round is what I want to use now. Yes. But I guess there should be now some tablets that are very good to do line work with, and you can kind of do all these things with that it's more smooth, the line work, and it adjusts for your, if you shake a lot then it can adjust for it. I think there should be some options there, but of course it's always difficult. Let's make you know what, I want to make her jacket pink. And I go over the lines, but that's okay. I can always erase a bit, and then I'll actually also just on purpose leave some of it over the lines because I think it matches very good this style of not being perfect. I recall that as a kid, I hated to draw when I drew outside of the lines. So I would always, if I was making a drawing and I drew around the lines or over the lines, I would simply just crush it and make a new one. But today, I'm using it in my work on purpose. There we go. I feel like it could be a bit more pink, so I'm just adding another layer now. So, just gonna erase it on her hair. What else we got? Yes, we got that one. There we go. So let's make, gotta save also. Let's make her pants purple. Yes, I also love, well, I don't know if you meant the pink one or the purple now, but I also love both purple and pink. And you know, of course, it's always thinking about what to decide of colors, because I'm quite aware of the things that I draw will be seen by kids and adults, and they always communicate something. There's always something beneath it. So colors, for instance, is it maybe a bit too stereotypical to have a girl wearing these colors? But I could have chosen some other colors. But here I think about both that I'm communicating something that should be easily recognizable or kind of say something fast. And then I'm also I could have chosen some more anti-stereotypical colors, such as someone would say that these are more like boys' colors, green and blue. But yeah, I don't know. I kind of switch. But one thing that I'm very keen on or into is to also have, for instance, kids who have red hair featuring, and kids with glasses, and try to make things a bit more diverse. So yeah, I could always think more about that. What about the rubber boots? They could be yellow. It could be. Yes, I could of course do that. Yeah, green or blue. That would be actually kind of fun. And then we have almost the whole of the rainbow represented in terms of colors. Yeah, you know what? We'll go ahead and do that. Let's take green. I think I need to just have this brush a bit smaller. It wasn't until, when was it? I believe it was, yeah, it was also during the Inspired by fairy stories that I started working more conscious with using a color palette. And the great thing about using or deciding on a color palette in the process is that whenever I have to choose a color, I just have this limited set of color palette, and makes it more easy for me because I don't have to think about it. And it also sometimes you want to throw in a lot of colors, but it can also end up with a more disturbing expression. So sometimes less is more. I just found out that I needed one line here for the jacket. There we go. So the green color here needs a bit of green. Watercolor. Yeah. There we go. And let's see. Before moving on, I know that the mic is definitely going to be black down here. Let's see what happens if we make this. Could be, nah, wait a second. No, let's make that one also black. So the microphone is kind of like I don't think many kids will go out and actually use this microphone. But this is where I kind of thought, okay, what could be in here as a symbol of interviewing? And a mic is very symbolic, I think. Yeah, it can be quite a good exercise to kind of stick with some colors, because then as you say, then you're kind of setting an obstruction for yourself. So it's a good way to go about it, I think. And then you can always really go into more nerdy things and see, okay, what do you use? Do you use cool colors and warm colors? How do you? And this is something I don't know much about, but you could really go in and work with that. For instance, I don't have a clue if the yellow here is a cooler color than the purple. So sometimes it's also very intuitive. That was a microphone. Let's do the phone. Use this blue one for the phone. Should remember to drink some coffee. Her purse. You know what? Let's make it blue. See what happens. And this is where, if I had chosen, for instance, the purple for the purse, you would have a more simple expression. So let's just take a chance and see how blue could work out. I like the feeling of her colors now, actually. Very colorful. I think it's... Is it too much? I don't know. No, let's go with it. I think it's fine. And let's go for her face and hands now. I will color pick from the red now. And then I will take a more light version of that. Essentially kind of pink. So this way we just get a light tone and it creates this harmony with her jacket being of the same color range. The ears and her hands. I can zoom in a bit so you can see. Things look very pixelated right now when you see it up close. I'm aware of that, but once it gets printed, it will be more like this. So, so for the hair, we will go with kind of this black color, I think. Or should I actually use the yellow? Could use the yellow, or a yellowish, maybe a lighter. There's something about the nose here I'd like to change. Ballpoint pen, black. Yes, I think that was better. And I really also would have loved to have some hair behind here. Or what? Could also be some kind of thing here. No. I'm just thinking right now to see. If anything should be changed. I will just draw some palm trees here. And this is simply because I have a drawing for one of the other drawings. I have a drawing where this purse is represented with the palm trees on. So it's simply to make things, to make a narrative in there between the drawings. So for instance, this is also the same character. So I know that she looks a bit different from her, but I will change that to maybe yellow hair. Yes. Yes, so that was actually it. That was the first line work and coloring of that character. I think that went surprisingly fast, and now I'll continue today and work on the front cover of the scene and all the other drawings that you saw, that I showed you guys in the beginning. Thank you so much for tuning in, and then I will say stay tuned for 2 upcoming videos here between Christmas and New Year's Eve. And hi there, Drawing with Bree. Nice to see you here. Yes, and I'll say Merry Christmas to you out there and Happy New Year's Eve. I'll see you guys in the new year in 2023. Appreciate it. Yeah. See you guys. Have fun drawing. Bye.